Welcome back. It is a pleasure having you on WBS TV Weekend Focus. In business this week, President Yoweri Museveni assented to the tobacco control law despite controversies from the tobacco industry of infringing on tobacco sales. Numerous players in the tobacco industry believe this would transform Uganda into a tobacco-free generation. The president signed the tobacco control bill passed by Parliament into law in July 2015. Tobacco consumption has been an attribute to the growing cancer-related deaths globally. The Environmental Protection Agency concluded that second-hand smoke causes lung cancer in adults and greatly increases the risk of respiratory illnesses in children and sudden infant death syndrome. The carbon monoxide in tobacco smoke increases the chances of cardiovascular diseases, and children who breathe second-hand smoke are more likely to develop ear infections, allergies, bronchitis, pneumonia, and asthma. The 2014 Tobacco Control Bill was tabled by Kinkizi West MP Dr. Chris Baliomunsi and seconded by Ndora West MP David Bahati. And still in business, the National Information Technology Authority Uganda, NITA-U, in partnership with the Uganda Business Process Outsourcing Association, organized a 3-day regional PBO leadership and conference, which will run from the 30th September to the 2nd of October. The forum aims at setting up an infrastructure network that can support the BPO industry in Uganda and marketing Uganda as a preferred BPO destination within the region. The forum will bring together visionaries from government service providers and leading buyer dignitaries.
The conference is to help sensitize and create awareness, especially to the local market of the available services for both the private and the public sector. The Managing Director, Africa Brains, Johnny Glacier, says ICT is to harness export competitiveness for job creation in Uganda. He stresses that this initiative will ensure availability of jobs amongst Ugandans.
The government has time at the event to answer tough questions. The ministers, what is your budget? What are you spending your budget on? How are you implementing it? And the industry then has the opportunity to make a decision. To answer your question, how do you lure those decision makers to come to Uganda? There's two answers, two words. One is skills and one is the market.
Johnny Glacier further urged government to come up with a policy that would require all investors in the country to brand Uganda onto their products before distribution worldwide.
Government, you make conditions of that tender. You say, okay, you have an opportunity to come to the Uganda market, but you have to do something for us. And you have to build those laptops here in this country. You have to make, okay, the little component parts come from different parts of the world, but you make them here and you brand them Ugandan Laptop Company or African Laptops or whatever. And it's not just then the opportunity that the investors realize of the local Ugandan market, it's the hinterland that is created. One, if you have all of those school kids using a certain brand of laptop.
While speaking at the conference, the Minister for Higher Education, Professor Sandy Stevens, attributed the high levels of unemployment in Uganda to schools that train job seekers rather than job creators.
Now, yes, we have been producing job seekers, and where, in my view, has been the problem. You remember up to 1989, we had only one university here, Makerere. And then at that time, the outcry, especially after the bit of liberalization and so forth, private schools started, the outcry was that there were no places for the graduates of A-level to go to.
NITA Uganda has carried out a number of initiatives that include setting up of a training and incubation center at Statistics House that has already trained over 500 Ugandans in ICT.
We'll have a wider overview of what is required to deliver quality education to make sure African countries, Uganda included, can compete on the global stage. We then follow up with one aspect of that that's been emphasised a lot is ICT for education. That then follows with developing skills within higher education, such that people at colleges and universities have greater industry.
Judith Wizaganya, WBS TV, Business.
And finally, in sports this week, the Uganda Paralympics Committee organized a sports gala that has lasted for a week, involving disabled persons from Uganda's high institutions of learning. The disabled participated in different games, including discus, javelin, and wheelchair race. Details follow.
The sports gala saw players with various disabilities participate in the one-week event that was organized by Uganda Paralympics Committee. The blind, dumb, and the lame are some of the disabled persons that took part in the event. Some of the participants represented Uganda in the All-African Games that took place in Congo-Brazzaville last month. 3 players on the para-athletic team are to represent Uganda in the World Olympics that are to be held in Brazil next year. Para-athletics team coach James Senkungu revealed that some of the challenges they are facing at the moment are lack of basic necessities, qualified coaches, and funds. Senkungu called upon government and well-wishers to support the para-athletic team as it prepares for the journey to the 2016 Olympics.
Attitude towards the persons with disabilities is still high in the country, and the other thing is that sponsors are not really coming on board to support sports for persons with disability, and the coaches in the country are totally few. A few coaches know sports for persons with disability.
Jack Clay, a student at MOOB, says he wants to prove to the world that disabled people can also accomplish the same goals as normal individuals.
To participate is that to see that at least even us people with disability, we should be seen in the government with the Uganda, so that our talents that we can also do what the others they can do.
Last year's tournament was won by Macquarie University, a proof that disability is not inability. Olivia Nakate, WBS TV, Chambogo.
It has been a pleasure being with you. Thank you so much for watching Weekend Focus. I am Gislina Chibule. Enjoy the rest of the Sunday.